Back again. First thing we're going to be doing is mixing the yeast with the, I have approximately maybe a cup of water here. It's warm. I don't measure, we already know this. And approximately enough yeast in there for what we're doing today. You want correct measurements on the yeast, use the side of the bag, the bottle. Give it a little spin. Should start acting up and registering pretty quickly like that, as taking in the moisture and getting completely together. So then you set this aside because you want to mix with the dry ingredients all at once. You're going to take, I start with spices first in the bottom anyways. A good mixture of that. Some fresh basil. Yeah, that's enough. Some powdered garlic. Not a lot, but a little bit. About 3 cups of flour from the bread flour. Yeah, about 3 cups of bread flour. All-purpose flour. About 4 cups. Now this is going to make a lot of pizza. You don't, it's going to rise, it's going to make a lot of pizza dough. I'm not quite sure how many, probably about 4 is what I'm going for. It might even get me 5. Some baking powder. Don't need a lot of that, but you will need at least about 4 tablespoons to make this mixed pizza. Which that container only had about 2. That'll work. Some yeast. Back with the yeast again. Water in there as you're adding the water to it. Mix up a little bit with this fork or a knife, or I'm using a spread knife because that's what I grabbed. You can use a spatula. You grab anything, but mostly you're just going to want to grab something, mix it up a little bit, and then use your hands to mold it into a ball after you've gotten all the moisture into it that you're going to need. I start off with about 1 cup, but I may need to add more as I go through the bowl to have a good form all mixed through. so I can have a good ball of dough. After I'm done putting all that together, I will chop up the piece of the garlic and put that into this also. Matter of fact, we might be able to do that right now, because it looks like we've got enough moisture that I'll just have to add a little bit more of the water. No measurements. So after you've got all that together, you've gotten chopped everything up and everything, maybe you would like to put on some good music or something like that to listen to, or watch a good movie while the dough is rising, and then you want to get back to making the rest of the pizza. After all that's finished. Got some very small ones here. Barely can even get the skin off of them. There we go. You want to chop this real fine into some really small pieces and incorporate it into the dough as soon as you get them all chopped up. Mix them through with some water and you should be totally finished. Fine as possible. You want to get them down really small so that when you're cooking in the dough, it blends with the flavor, but it doesn't taste like a hard piece of metal going into your something chunky in your bread. You know, and also you want it to be fine so that it can incorporate itself into the bread while it's cooking, and you don't have all of the dry moisture or cooked all out. You're going to need some of that. And there you go. Tie into the dough. A little bit more water. You get to a certain point where you know that you're going to have to get your hands dirty, as some chefs might say. Get your hands dirty already. I'm not getting my hands dirty until I have to, but it will stick to your hands. Some people like to use the gloves. I don't use no gloves. I can wash my hands afterwards. It's not a big deal. You want to get dirty sometimes. So it takes a lot of things to do. Getting my hands dirty. Yep, that was not even enough moisture. Probably 2 cups of water is all you're going to need to make that. Maybe a little bit more as I get down here towards the bottom. Nope, not going to need it. No water needed. We are going to need a little olive oil. Maybe not. A little bit more water. Not much. Just to finish that off. Little olive oil right here. Just a splash. Just towards the ending. You don't want it too much into incorporation because you want to keep a little bit of moisture on the outside of the container too, because it helps it to rise. Alright, I'm going to get it done, kind of make it into a ball. Maybe a little bit more folding. You want it to be well folded. Get all the dry moisture incorporated as moisture. Like dough needs to be incorporated well in order to get all the yeast into it. So this may take a few minutes to get it done. Already looking like 12 minutes into this video. Alright, that's good. Then you take a small cloth, cover over it, throw it in a dark area. A little bit of prep work. And thank you. Well, talk to you later. All right, we're back again for a quick finishing up of the ingredients that we were talking about. So we've got some more of the garlic. I'm going to throw it in here to chop it up. This is for the sauce now that we moved to. The dough, like we said, is off to the side, rising probably about 4 hours, maybe only 3. I'll check it in a little while. Now we're going to throw some more of this all Greek seasoning in with that garlic so that it can be chopped up with a little bit more moisture. Throw in the other 2 ingredients that we decided to throw in there, chop up, which is the basil leaves. And some oregano leaves. It's going in our sauce. No measurement, just a handful of them. Or 2, probably 2. And I'm going to go with 3. I'm going to have incorporated in there real good. bit of sauce. Add a little bit of that liquid, but you kind of want to have some of it still in here. Some whole chopped tomatoes. Probably won't need a second one. We'll save that for the pizza itself. Put a lid on it. Leave it here. Now you can use any kind of olives that you like. I used the green olives this time, but you can use Greek olives. You can have any kind of olive you want to in it. Now we're not done yet, because that's too thin. See, that's too watery. That's why we come in with a little bit of the cornstarch. You want to add it in cold, or 2 cold items. You don't have to add cold into hot items to make it more thick. I would say about 4 to 8 teaspoons. Good thick sauce. Thickened up quite well. Probably could add a little bit more to it, but I'm not going to, because we're going to have a lot of greens on the pizza later with a lot of cheese. We want to taste that sauce too. So as that's done, we put that in the refrigerator, wait until later, bring it back out. Looks yummy, don't it?